When a fearless survivalist, Jason Statham, ventures into a treacherous jungle to stop a deadly predator, a lion trained to kill by a shadowy mercenary, he must team up with a biologist, a tracker, and a strategist to outwit both beast and man. As survival becomes a battle of wits and instincts, the hunter becomes the hunted in this high-stakes thriller. In the dense heart of the African jungle, the air was thick with mist and tension. Jack Hunter moved silently, his every step calculated, his senses heightened. Years of survival training had honed him into a living weapon, but this mission was unlike anything he had faced before. The predator he sought was no ordinary lion. This one had been bred and trained to kill by a mysterious group, its purpose as deadly as the secrets it protected. Jack's face, rugged and scarred from past battles, reflected both determination and a flicker of unease. He wasn't just hunting a lion, he was unraveling a conspiracy. The jungle's natural sounds seemed muted, as if the wildlife itself was wary of what roamed within. Jack gripped his lightweight spear, the blade gleaming faintly in the dim light filtering through the canopy. He crouched, examining the ground where fresh paw prints marked the soil. The prints were massive, their depth betraying the sheer power of the creature that made them. Nearby, broken branches hinted at its recent passage. Yes. Jack rose and scanned the area, his sharp eyes catching the faint movement of leaves in the distance. The lion was close. Behind him, a voice broke the silence. "Jack, we've got heat signatures 100 meters ahead." Dr. Rachel Keene approached, her tablet displaying the thermal readings she'd been monitoring. The biologist's practical demeanor belied her fear. Rachel had joined this mission to study the lion's unnatural behavior, but the reality of tracking a killer beast was more harrowing than she had imagined. "It's circling us," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "Why are you running?" He hit the power button on his headset. Panic surprised her and gave pure advance notice of something. She started the hissing again. "Then it's testing us," Jack replied, his tone calm but firm. "It wants to know if we're prey." The team pressed on, moving with a mixture of caution and urgency. Beside Jack, Marcus Kane, a stoic mercenary with a rifle slung over his shoulder, remained silent. Marcus's presence was intimidating, his reputation as a ruthless operative preceding him. Yet his piercing gaze suggested he wasn't entirely sold on the mission's objective. "A lion doesn't act like this without reason," Marcus finally muttered, breaking his silence. "Someone's pulling the strings." The group reached a clearing, and Rachel froze. Blood stained the grass, and the remains of a large animal lay scattered. Claw marks gouged deep into a nearby tree painted a vivid picture of the lion's ferocity. "This isn't natural," Rachel whispered, kneeling beside the carcass. "It's killing for sport, not survival." Jack nodded grimly. "And we're next if we're not careful." Suddenly, a deep growl echoed through the jungle. The team tensed, their eyes darting around, searching for the source. The growl was followed by the sound of rustling leaves. Jack signaled for silence, and they formed a defensive circle. The tension was palpable, each second stretching into an eternity. Then, without warning, the lion emerged from the shadows. It was a monstrous creature, its golden mane shimmering in the faint light, its eyes glowing with an unnatural intensity locked onto Jack. The beast's sheer size and muscular frame made it look almost mythical, a predator engineered for perfection. For a moment, predator and prey studied each other, the jungle's stillness amplifying the standoff. The lion charged. Jack moved with lightning speed, dodging to the side as the beast's claws tore through the air where he had stood moments before. Marcus raised his rifle, firing a shot that grazed the lion's flank, but it only seemed to enrage the animal. Rachel scrambled for cover as the lion turned its attention to Marcus, who stood his ground, firing another round. The shot struck true, but the lion's momentum carried it forward, knocking Marcus off his feet, protecting his vehicle. Thanks to his constant resistance to infectious bacterial forces, Marcus found a break in the defense and missed his mark. Jack sprang into action, using his spear to drive the lion back. The beast roared, its powerful jaws snapping dangerously close. For every strike Jack delivered, the lion countered with equal ferocity. The fight was a blur of motion, man and beast locked in a deadly dance. Finally, Jack managed to drive the spear into the ground, using it as leverage to vault over the lion and land a blow with his knife. Then what does Chesko to do? Charge the lion, jump over him, land a blow with his knife. The blade cut deep, and the lion retreated, vanishing into the jungle. Breathing heavily, Jack turned to his team. Marcus was bruised but alive, and Rachel was shaken but unharmed. "It's not done with us," Jack said. "That was just a warning." As night fell, the team set up camp. Lanterns cast a faint glow, keeping the darkness at bay. Around the fire, they discussed their next move. Rachel examined the data she had collected, her brow furrowed in concentration. This lion, it's not just aggressive, it's strategic. Someone's trained it to behave this way. We're dealing with more than just a rogue animal, Marcus said, wincing as he adjusted his bandaged arm. Someone's playing a dangerous game. Their suspicions were confirmed the next day when they stumbled upon an abandoned facility hidden deep within the jungle. Inside, they found cages, surgical equipment, and files detailing experiments on wildlife. The documents revealed a chilling truth. The lion had been genetically enhanced, its instincts manipulated to turn it into the ultimate predator. The facility's logo bore the mark of a private military contractor known for its unethical practices. And now we come to the analogy pen. This isn't just about the lion, Jack said, his jaw tightening. This is about control. Someone's creating weapons out of living creatures. As they searched the facility, a new danger emerged. A group of mercenaries led by a mysterious figure known only as the Handler arrived to secure the site. The Handler, a cold and calculating woman, confronted Jack and his team. Her icy demeanor and sharp intellect made her a formidable adversary. "You should have stayed out of this," she said, her voice as sharp as a blade. "Now you've seen too much." What followed was a relentless chase through the jungle. The mercenaries pursued Jack's team, forcing them to use every ounce of their skill and resourcefulness to stay alive. Traps were set, ambushes executed, and the line between hunter and hunted blurred. All the while, the lion lurked in the shadows, an unpredictable force that neither side could control. The final confrontation took place at a rocky plateau overlooking the jungle. Jack faced the Handler, while the lion, injured but still dangerous, stalked nearby. The scene was a chaotic blend of gunfire, hand-to-hand combat, and the raw power of nature. Jack's ingenuity and resilience shone as he outmaneuvered the Handler, disarming her and ending her reign of terror. But the battle wasn't over. The lion, sensing its end, launched a desperate attack. Jack stood his ground, using his surroundings to his advantage. In a climactic moment, he lured the lion toward the edge of the plateau. As the beast lunged, Jack sidestepped, and the lion's momentum carried it over the edge, disappearing into the abyss below. Exhausted and battered, Jack stood at the edge of the cliff, staring into the jungle that had tested him in every way. Rachel and Marcus joined him, their expressions reflecting both relief and sorrow. They had survived, but the scars of their journey would remain. As dawn broke, the jungle seemed to breathe again, its natural order restored. Jack looked to his team, his voice steady despite the weight of what they had endured. "We stopped one threat, but there are others out there. This isn't the end." With that, they turned and began the long journey back, the rising sun casting their shadows across the jungle floor. The lion was gone, but its legacy and the truths it revealed would haunt them forever.